a lot of businesses came up during the COVID-19 shutdown. So there are businesses that went down, but for the all credit given to creativity, there are businesses that came up, new inventions, new innovations, and one of those is social media advertising. Social media advertising is the use of social media to create awareness or visibility for your business. This was not a new business, but it grew to great strengths and great heights during that COVID period, shutdown period. This was owing to the fact that the country had been shut down, and not just our country, but many countries had shut down and everyone was at home. So companies had to still create awareness for their products, but people were at home, people were not out there. So the conventional advertising methods like the print media and the TVs and the radios, they were no longer doing it to the lengths that the companies wanted to do it. People were at home and they needed to be entertained. The entertainment during that period came in the form of the internet. That was in YouTube, Twitter, IG, and Facebook, just to name but a few. So for you to create awareness and visibility, you had to be where the people were, and that is in the YouTube, IG, Facebook media. So that's how it became such a huge thing, because there were collaborations, sponsorships, and such. It was very convenient for companies to use social media, and it still is. Social media advertising as opposed to the conventional advertising methods. This is because, one, it is cheap. For conventional methods of advertising, you would need a team. There would be the creative team, the designers, and then you would also need a person, preferably a celebrity, to do a voiceover, and the total of this accumulated to huge amounts and was only viable for people with huge budgets. It is also very targeted, because you know who you want to collaborate with, you know the kind of post they post or the kind of videos they showcase. So the people that follow that particular person are the people that are interested in that kind of information, so you can target specific clients with that. And it is also fun, creative, there are new ways. It became so vibrant that even big brands started using it. So hi, I am Leleti. Here we talk about money and general lifestyle issues. As you already know, today we are going to talk about social media advertising. So in any form of advertising, you will need this to consider these four things. So number one, when advertising, whether it is in the social media or anywhere, you need to identify your target client, your target customer. Define your target audience. Give them a name. What is their gender? What is their age? Where do they live? What are they involved in? Because with this visibility that you are creating, it is a currency. Visibility is a currency. So you're going to create visibility to this targeted audience, which you intend to convert into sales. So give them a name, their location, where do they live, occupation, how much disposable income do they have, what other brands do they engage in, where do they live in, and what are their pain points. You need to build that ideal customer profile. Like, who is your ideal customer? Who are you targeting? Because it has to be very, very specific. That way you can make the most of it. That is why when you're advertising, you want to boost a post on IG or on Facebook, there's a category, that section where they give you, it can either be automatic, which is not advisable, or you can customize your audience so that you can target a specific age, a specific gender, and that is most. So when you're choosing, choose the customize so that you can target a specific clientele. Number two is ask yourself, why are people buying, or why should they buy? What problem are you solving? What need are you supplying? Because for you to sell, you need to be solving a particular problem. a certain need, you're supplying a certain need. So ask yourself, what are your customers' pain points? Why are they buying from you? Is it because of functional needs, or is it because of emotional needs? Because with some products we are just attached to them on emotional basis. Some products we are using because our mothers used them. So you need to ask yourself, why are people buying, so that you can rely more on that and you can make the most use of it in your campaigns. That is the conversion. What is the conversion rate from audience to customer? You don't want to just be making noise. You want that visibility to convert to sales. So what is the rate? If 100 people are viewing that ad, how many are likely to buy? Is it 10? That would make it 10%. If it is 1, then you know that is 1%. So you need to target a lot more. So if your conversion rate is 10% and you want to sell 100, that means that you need to target 1,000, so that 1,000 can see and 100 then can buy. That is, what is the conversion rate? You have to ask yourself that. And the fourth one is your budget, of course, because you work with what you have. How much are you willing to spend on a campaign? That one will now give you the option, will give you the leeway to decide on what you're going to use for your advertising. Is it going to be a partnership? Is it going to be a sponsorship? Is it going to be PR gifts? Because sometimes when your budget is small, you can collaborate with some of these celebs or YouTubers or IG people with huge following, and then you can give them, you can send them gifts, and then they can mention you. This is called PR gifts. These are PR gifts. Then there is the partnership, there is the sponsorship. How much are you going to charge? Are they going to charge? Are you going to pay? Are they going to create a post about you? Are they going to create a reel about you? Are they going to post you on their stories? This all will depend on the money that you have and how much you're willing to spend on one campaign. Also, when you're choosing as an influencer, social influencer, they are called social influencers. These people that they have a following and people or companies use them to advertise. You should always know that sometimes there is the vanity metrics versus the value metrics. Sometimes a huge following doesn't necessarily mean large customer base. There may be people following because they just want to be entertained, but they do not really believe in that person, or maybe they're just conspiracy theorists. They just watch to hear what they have to say on a certain topic, but they would never buy something that person is projecting, that person is advertising. They do not want to be related. They really do not trust that person enough to trust their choice. So when you're choosing a social influencer to collaborate with, then be aware of the vanity metrics versus the value metrics. So that will be all for this video. Thank you so much for being here and for coming this far. Kindly like, subscribe and share, and hit the notification button if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one. Always remember to believe in yourself, because the world takes you at your own estimate.